My wife stumbled in drunk that morning. "Don't ask me stupid questions. It's none of your business where I was," she snapped. But her jaw dropped when she realized I wasn't alone. When she saw who was. Start. She staggered through the door at dawn, heels in her hand, mascara streaked, eyes bloodshot. "Don't ask me stupid questions. It's none of your business where I was," she snapped, slurring. But the second her gaze shifted across the living room, her jaw unhinged. She froze. And then she collapsed. Because I wasn't alone. And the woman sitting on my lap wasn't just anyone. I loved my wife once. Too much, maybe. I gave her 12 years, every ounce of loyalty I had, every plan for the future stitched with her name on it. We weren't rich, but we had built a life. Mortgage, vacations, family dinners that always ended with her laughter bouncing off the walls. I lived for that laugh. Until it wasn't mine anymore. It started small. Late nights at the office, girls' weekends that stretched past Sunday. But what really cut me open was her eyes. They used to light up when she saw me. Now they flickered past me like I was a ghost. I wanted to believe it was stress. Maybe we were drifting. I wanted to believe anything but the truth. The truth revealed itself one night at 2 a.m. when her phone buzzed on the nightstand. She was in the shower. Curiosity wasn't what made me check. It was instinct. A man's name. A string of messages. Explicit. Careless. Her promises to him were the same ones she once whispered to me. I felt something in me die. But I didn't explode. I didn't scream. That would have been mercy. Instead, I became patient. I spent weeks mapping her habits. Every lie, every rendezvous, every hotel room she thought was safe, I knew. I saved everything. Photos, messages, receipts. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Revenge isn't rage. Revenge is arithmetic. I opened a quiet account, shifted money, secured assets in my name. I contacted a lawyer, a private investigator, even a locksmith. Every step I took silently. She still kissed my cheek before walking out the door to meet him. I let her. Because the higher she climbed in her delusion, the harder she'd fall. The woman on my lap that morning wasn't a stranger. She was his wife. Yes, my wife's lover was married too. I reached out to her weeks ago, a single message. We should talk. What started as raw anger between us turned into strategy. She was sharper than I expected, cold steel behind soft eyes. Together, we decided betrayal wouldn't end in tears. It would end in fire. That morning, my wife stumbled into her reckoning. She froze when she saw us together, her jaw slack, her skin draining of color. She tried to laugh, to play it off, until his wife stood up and laid a stack of photos on the coffee table. Every kiss, every hotel room, every filthy message. My wife's knees buckled. "I trusted you," his wife hissed, her voice shaking but sharp. "And you stole what wasn't yours." My wife stammered. It's not what it looks like." But her voice cracked under the weight of her own lies. I didn't speak. I just slid an envelope across the table. Divorce papers. Her signature line already marked with a neat X. Her eyes met mine, wet, desperate. You set me up?" "No," I said calmly. "You set yourself up. I just built the stage." The days that followed broke her piece by piece. She moved out with nothing but a suitcase. The accounts, frozen. The house, mine. The car, gone. Her lover, gone. His wife filed her papers the same morning I did. He's now fighting for scraps of custody and reputation. My wife had burned her life down with her own hands. All I did was hand her the match and step aside. There was one last scene I'll never forget. Weeks later, she showed up at my door, eyes hollow, voice trembling. "Please, we can fix this. I'll change." I studied her. This woman who once was my world now looked like a stranger begging for air. "No," I whispered. "You had your chance. I gave you everything, and you gave it away." I shut the door gently, almost tenderly, and with it, the chapter of us. Now, when I sit alone in this house, the house she once called home, I feel no regret, only clarity. Betrayal teaches you something about love. It's not about holding on. It's about knowing when to cut the rope and let the traitor fall. And I let her fall. Her collapse that morning was just the beginning. Watching her crumble under the weight of her own lies was the true payoff. That was the moment I realized revenge isn't about shouting. It's about silence. It's about control. It's about sitting still while the person who thought they played you realizes they were never holding the cards. I was. Always. And I won.